Getting started importing files into NVivo in Windows. Take a look at the very top menu. If you click on the Import tab, you will see a whole array of all kinds of different types of files that can be imported into NVivo. In this video, we look only at those file types that are imported through Files under Data. You will see the icon with the 3 drawers as a filing cabinet. Files import source materials into the project. You can import documents, texts, PDFs, audio, video, or images in this way. Click on Files. A new window called Import Files will appear. Select those files that you wish to import. Here we're importing a number of Word documents that contain transcripts to interviews and also a PDF paper that's relevant to the project. Then click Open. A new window called Import Files will appear. Simply click on Import. Note the option to make cases. There's no need to do that for this session. Just click on Import for now. Cases will be dealt with in the session that deals with using demographics and survey data within NVivo. The imported files can now be seen in the second column along under Files. To see the content of one of the files, double-click on it. For instance, here, by double-clicking on Barbara, we see that the file for Barbara appears. If you have a lot of files, you might want to organize them into different folders. We're going to make 2 new folders for interviews and for documents. To make a new folder, highlight Files and right-click. When you right-click, a drop-down menu will appear, as you can see. Simply click New Folder and then name the folder. Press OK. We now have 2 new folders, Documents and Interview Transcripts. We simply drag and drop the files into the appropriate folders. Alternatively, right-click on the file concerned and cut and then paste it into the appropriate folder. Having moved the PDF into Documents, we now highlight the interview transcripts in order to move them into the interview transcript folder. By highlighting the interview transcript folder, you can see the content within contains the interview transcripts. Should you wish to rename a folder, single right-click on the name, as this will allow you to change the text. We will rename Interview Transcripts Interviews because we've now realised we have audio and video interview data, interviews that have yet to be transcribed. And we want to add them all together so we have all the interview data in one place. We import audio, video and indeed image data in exactly the same way as we did text and PDFs by clicking on Import and Files. By clicking on Files, a window will appear which will allow us to browse and find the audio file that we now wish to import. Another window will appear, Import Files window, and just as before, we simply click on Import. Because the Interviews folder under Files and Data was highlighted when we imported, Helen's interview audio file is now contained within the Interviews folder. To import video data, we repeat exactly the same process. The video we wish to import is of Ken's interview. However, previously we have saved this with the name a.wmv. We now wish to be able to change the name because we want to call it Ken's interview video file instead, to be clearer. The video called A is now within the interview folder. Right-click on A window will appear, and this will allow us to change the text name. Rename the video Ken's interview video file. We also import images in exactly the same way. Here we have imported an image of a map that we had previously made within NVivo based on Ken's interview. Double-click on Ken's interview within the Interviews folder to be able to see Ken's interview within NVivo. Because it's a video, we have the video image area, and the images will change as we play the audio. The audio is at the top, and it's an audio timeline of sound. If we double click on Helen's interview audio file, we will see the audio timeline of Helen's interview in the right-hand area. Note how NVivo denotes Helen's interview as audio with the loudspeaker sign and Ken's interview as video with the film reel sign. Sometimes when using NVivo for Windows and importing audio or video material for the first time, we find that the audio or video files will not install and will not import into NVivo. Should this happen in your case, then first you will need to install a codec. The good news is that once the codec has been installed, you should not need to do that process again. To find out how to install the codec, press the Help question mark on the top right-hand side of the upper menu and then type in Audio. Click on Audio and Video Files. The information about audio and video files will appear in a separate window. This information is also available at the following link. Once you are in the Audio and Video Files help page, scroll down to find the information on how to install the codec. You will also find details of all the audio and video file extensions that are supported by NVivo. For learning purposes, you will find an NVivo project with the interviews, including with the audio and video files already imported within our resources for this session. Here is the information you would need about codecs within the NVivo Help facility. Since you will want to read your interview data, you may find it helpful to move the screens and make the right-hand side screen larger, and you can also easily change the font size by using the minus to plus scale in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. My Getting Started NVivo project.mvp now looks like this. We have installed the text, interview transcripts, the audio, the video interviews, and also remember we've installed the document PDF within Documents. NVivo is a great space to manage your entire project. We can keep all the interview data, but we can equally keep our literature and other classifications. For instance, say you're working with social media data, all in the one project. This ends the Getting Started Importing Files into NVivo in Windows video.